Fully being joined by Stephen Bide, who is on ground having a sit down with Honorable Muhammad Nsereko, who says he will not be coming back as Kampala Central Member of Parliament, but he's going for the bigger crown, if we can call it that. What's the inspiration and where is it coming from? Good morning to you, Stephen.
Yes, good morning to you, Priscilla. You know, sitting here with Honorable Muhammad Nsereko, who has been in Parliament for the last 3 terms, from 2011 up to now, you get so many questions. Why would seek, when many people are jostling to get tickets from different political parties, but also others who are just preparing to stand as independents, you would wonder why he wouldn't want to go back for re-election at the time when people are now reorganizing. Maybe I could even start with that. Honorable, you've been at the helm of Kampala Central as an MP. Why would you choose not to stand again when other people are now getting ready for, even those who have been there for more than 4 terms?
A very good morning to you all our viewers and all around Kampala and in the diaspora, but also in Uganda. I would like to thank the people of Kampala Central for the trust they have always had in me and the honor they gave me to serve them. I appreciate, because as a young person, I came through at the age 29 and asked them to represent them, and they were comfortable. For me to lead them, even when I came through the National Resistance Movement as my party. Then when I returned as independent in 2016, they also accepted me, and in 2021. And the agreement I had with my people is that we shall serve 3 terms and let others serve. And in my opinion, that is the way we leaders must act. Of course, everyone has his own tactics and strategy. Every one of us has his own journey, but they also have different views of their country. So, in my opinion, it is indeed wise that I stick to the social contract that I made with our people, even when there are no term limits in the job that I undertook to, or in the task that I undertook to carry in 2011. But the onus is on us as leaders and revolutionaries to keep our words. That when you're a revolutionary, you stick to what you say, you're guided by the principles of trust and honesty, but also of courage, to look into the eyes of even those that love you so much and tell them, you know what, revolutionaries serve, then they make their own, statements on the stage, and when time comes, you leave the stage and let others serve so that you be judged.
You know, coming in as a youthful MP, you remember 2011 you win Babu of NRM, Captain Francis Babu of NRM. 2021, I remember
that
you
was
even
in the primary.
Yes.
Actually, in the general election, it was not Captain Babu in the general elections. Only that was in the elections of the NRM internally in the primaries, and then the elections of the structures of NRM for leadership of Kampala Central District.
Yes, but my question is, you even 2021, I saw you with even other political candidates, even including the NUP candidate who took you to court. What did the politics teach you? What has it taught you these 3 terms that you've been in office before even come to the bigger question?
No, the constant is that because one, people ought to realize that you have to build your own structures and have the reliability of the people. So when you have your own structures, as a politician or as a leader, your values are bought by those that believe in you. Yes, you can belong to because I once belonged to a political organization, and I once and twice ran as an independent. That in your journey or in your career as a leader, you have to build those that believe in your values, your core values. Then after that, you build what you call your brand. Then parties, for those that belong to parties can rely on your brand to also match it with their brand and sell it to the general public for you to fit into their aims and aspirations. Then as an independent, it's basically the brand that you've built and what the people feel about you and the confidence they have in you, in order to select your symbol on the ballot paper to say, this is what he stands for as an individual. So I'm a mix of those. Having belonged to a political party and having known that there is also the voice of the people and the voice of reason when people come up and say, yes, we've seen all candidates, and that's twice, and we still believe you're the one.
You were 29 then, the first time you attempted politics from business and YOLO farm. Now you are over 40, and you could be looking at another political stage. What could that be, and what could be your game? What could be on your card?
When the time comes, we shall unveil. We don't speak out of our own dreams or opinion, but we share our dreams with others. And when we share our dreams with others, we also look out for who is the best suited person to carry us forward to the next journey. Because Uganda is bigger than us. There is what we want for Uganda. There is what we want for our country. There is that shape that we want for our young people, our women, our elderly, our people with disabilities, etc. So that is what will shape our the next version or the next chapter in our journey.
You know, it wasn't easy for you keeping your seat in Parliament this 11th term. You know why I'm saying that? Because you even had to go and tussle it out through the courts of law. So that could also
it was easy. It was easy, just that we had a very our competitor was so jealous. One of them, not all of them, because the others really accepted, as in before. The Honorable Ndirima, Cedric, he's a gentleman. He lost and he came and shook my hand and said, you did it. You beat me comfortably, and there is another race tomorrow. The other one probably was under influence of many people, which is normal, and that is part of politics. He ran around spreading useless propaganda about me, but we defeated him in court.
I get a sense that is the NUP. You've been at the battle.
So now, no, that is a manufactured battle. So now the constituency is empty. If it was me, let him come back. If his aspiration was to represent the people of Kampala Central, now what has changed? I'm not there. That should tell you the inner story, that it wasn't probably him, it was people, he was being used as an agent.
You are leaving Kampala Central, you came in with so many promises. This Kampala problem is not yet solved, even when you have been in Parliament 3 terms. What is Kampala's problem? We have ED after ED. We have a Lord Mayor who has been there constant throughout your term. You have you as the members of Parliament coming from Kampala. But what we see is not a smart city, it's a disorganized city. You are the stakeholders. What is Kampala's problem?
Of course, part of Kampala's problem is funding, but we should not shut our eyes to say that what Kampala was in 2011 is what it is now. Not at all. It has improved, but not where we want it to be. And that's basically because Kampala is under the direct governance of government as the capital city. It's slow, not empowering the people within Kampala to take their own decisions. Now that is a big problem, and that's why you say the issue is that they have been changing ED after ED, and who has the authority over the executive directors? It's not me, the member of Parliament, it's actually the head of executive, the chief executive, who is the president. So the day this government will prioritize the infrastructure in this city, basically from the basics of putting up locational postcodes of each and everyone's address. That is one. Those are basic things. 2, to the physical infrastructure that you see, drainage, road network, rail. Then you'll see the city flourishing, to lighting. Because what people want in the capital city is basically a few things. Proper security in the capital. And that is under whose mandate is the state. Either it's police or the military to enforce, but mainly the police force, to enforce that people can come to this capital city, just like we walk to other capital cities, and you're not mugged, and that you can move and live in Kampala safely 24 hours. That makes it a good city for tourism. 2, good and proper infrastructure, who allocates funds. We try to, hustle for this in Parliament, but we don't have the numbers, basically, because the agenda is driven by the chief executive, who is in charge of the budget, and that's the presidency. And then thirdly, if you want a proper city, it should be a smart city with proper lighting, with the basic infrastructure, good one of internet and etc. Clean, whether it's the environment, keeping the trees well trimmed and well managed, the flowers in the city, etc. That's not basically my mandate. It's basically those that are elected to be councillors that should work with Lord Mayor and basically the government at the helm and the executive directors. So that is not basically my mandate. We've tried to ask for enhancement in prioritization of Kampala's budget, but to no avail. We only get 10% of what Kampala ought to be getting. Even in as much as it contributes a lot to the national revenue coffers, it gets just what we can call a small fraction. Yeah.
Talking about Kampala, we can still have a conversation about Kampala even another time. But more interested in the politics. You are talking about being a revolutionary brain. Right? Looking at 2026, which everyone is now trying to, in fact, not even 2026, 2025, which everyone is trying to strategize for. There are so many parties. Will you still go back to NRM? Because you are now independent. Will you still go back to NRM? Will you look for another political party? Will you also look for another team, independent team?
Actually, what we are looking out to is to work with all right-thinking members from different political parties that believe in a Uganda that is non-violent and united. A Uganda that believes that where people believe that people should work together, regardless of their tribe, regardless of their religions. But what we want is brains forward. What is it that you can offer? What is it that you can offer in changing our country?
What can Nsereko offer?
What we can offer, we shall unveil at that opportune time. But we want to offer a nation that gives everyone hope, and that where resources are easily accessed by each and every Ugandan, no matter what your name is, no matter what your religion is, no matter where you come from, that opportunities should be open to each and every single Ugandan when time is available.
So is that possible under the current circumstances?
No, it's not. It's not. It's absolutely not possible, and everyone knows it. Of course, it would have been possible, but the circumstances that we have at the moment cannot offer that platform.
So even your plans or your political future seems to be dim. The chances seem to be dim under the current circumstances.
What do you? No, don't worry. Don't worry about that. Strategic revolutionaries do not talk about what is available here today. We see everything as an opportunity. By the way, what you see as dimmed light, we can show you. We can make those dimmed lights shine even with better light. We can make the dimmed light even shine bigger.
Okay.
For everyone. You see, when we all see that it's dimmed, we can hold all our torches high and shine the light. And when we do it together, we can all have a brighter light for our nation.
Honorable Nsereko, how soon is so soon for that bigger declaration? Because we've seen...
so soon for what? Just relax. Go home, relax, take your tea, do your things normally as you've been doing them. Don't you worry. We are not, we don't do things in isolation.
Still looking for a team? Still looking for a team?
It's not about the team. The team is there. We don't, like we've been consulting before. It's the strategic partnerships that we have to do, but also the ideological issue is who do you relate with? That is very, very important. The Uganda we want tomorrow, we have to build today. And the people we want to build it, we must match up today. It's not just waking up and saying, I'll work with X, I'll work with Y, I'll work with this one. Because there is that tune of who do you want to work with, who do you want to place where. It's not a matter of loyalty, it's a matter of discipline. Discipline for us is cardinal. You know, how do you relate? How do you respect people? How do you work with people? then for what goals? Who is the best out of us?
You know, when you talk about discipline and groups, you have, I've seen likes of Right Honorable Matthias Impuga having a group, but also some of the people he was working with, they have a dent somewhere, somehow.
Well, that's okay, but you see, is it shapeable? Can we correct that person? Right. Can we put them on the right path? That's okay. Everyone has a role to play in building Uganda. Okay. No matter the party where you come from, whether it's NRM or UPC or DP or FDC, etc. There are many parties now.
Okay. Thank you, Honorable Muhammad Nsereko is the Member of Parliament representing you, the people of Kampala Central. Of course, he has tried to speak in some tongues, but of course you've seen that there is a future. He's not shying away from the politics of this country. He's telling you that very soon he will be giving us another declaration that we should wait on his next political future. But for now, I will leave him at that. We shall be seeing him on Friday, and then on Saturday at
Yes. I invite all well-thinking members of society and good fans of the late Honorable Kato Lubwama at his funeral last funeral rites, what we call Rumbe in Luganda. May the good Lord bless you for God and my country. Thank you.
Thank you so much.